Yo, what is up, guys? It's your man, I Do a Barber, and I'm back with another haircut tutorial. And in this one, we're doing a classic comb over side part with the new drop fade. Not sure if you guys have seen me do this fade lately in a few of the haircut tutorials. You can check them out. I'll try and throw links in the description below, but now I'm just combing the hair in the direction that it naturally goes, just to set myself up to start fading. And I've got my MBs with the lever slightly open, and I'm just creating a line of demarcation to the back, creating that V, that new drop look. And I'm doing the same thing on the other side. And I like doing this fade because it's really easy. It's not hard to get lost in the symmetry of the fade, because the fade pretty much just goes back to a V. You know, it may look like a mohawk, but the shape of the style, it doesn't look like a mohawk. And as you see, this V compared to the ones that I've used in videos before, it's a little bit higher. The other ones I've taken the V quite far down in the back. And if you're willing to try this fade, you can do your V as high or low as you want. It's really just all up to you. Just play with it. I have my 5-0 on, and I'm just balding out, getting ready to hit him with the shaver. And there you go. Just going right up underneath that line that I created. I'm leaving about a ½ inch of space there. So I don't want to take it all the way up and make my life a little bit harder. And, you know, luckily for me, you know, he's a good model. His hair fades well. The lines come out pretty easy in his hair. So, you know, awesome. But the you know, to the contrary, it's a little bit difficult because he has like lumps and different humps in his hair. So it can leave a different impression or a shadow that creates dark spots. But I've got the lever open on my MVs, going up 1 inch. As you can see on both sides, I'm going up 1 inch, and I'm creating another V right above the initial guideline. So you want to make sure that V is aligned with the other V. So very simple. I'm just combing it out, and I'm going over that space again, because you want to make sure that is clear before you go on to the step that I'm doing now, which is the lever halfway closed. And I'm going up about 3/4 of the way into that guideline, and you can see the bottom line lighten, and that's going to prep me for closing the lever. And that's all that's doing right there. So 3-step process. It's very simple. So now I've got, see, like the levers slightly closed, and I'm just coming in. Certain parts I'm using the full blade, but for the most part I'm using like half the blade, like using the corners, stuff like that. You don't want to create another line or raise anything. The key that the one thing you're looking out for when this happens is you want to make it look perfect before you move on to the next step, because the flaws, they will expose themselves the more you move on, and you'll just have to go back. And it's easy, you know, and even if you think it's perfect and something happens, just go back and tidy it up. So it's very simple. I'm doing the same steps as you saw on the other side. Half, slightly open, then closed to erase the line. And it's very simple steps. You know, I'm cutting, and then I'm brushing just to remove the debris, because it's a little hard. You see that area I'm working in just now that I just started? That area, you see those like 3 little shadows there? That's from an indentation in his head at that point. And most people have those on that portion of the head on both sides as it transitions to the back, and it casts shadows. I talked about this in one of my previous tutorials, but now I have the 1.5, and I'm going up another 1 inch, creating another guideline. And as you see, retracing it, and I'm coming back, and then I'll do the other side. You know, repetition is key. You know, it builds consistency, and you'll become confident in your steps. So as you see, that V is aligned with the other V. So that's one thing when you're doing this fade, make sure the V's line up. You know, you don't want to go too out of whack, because the balance of the fade in the back will be a little bit off if that's the case. So now I have the MV with the lever open, the half, and I'm going up pretty high, about 3/4 of the way into that guideline. You can see the line lighten again. That's the whole purpose, is you're looking for the line to lighten and to prep it. So you see I close it halfway. And you can see right there in the temple area, it's pretty much gone, but in the back, of course, you know how this works. The hair's a little bit more coarse and sometimes dense, so you got to go up a little bit higher. So you see that area, I'm pointing it out, that area is a problem area. So you got to go up a little bit higher in that area. You know, just as long as you're aware of it, you know, you'll know how to handle it. So now it's time to do the same thing on the other side. Very, very simple steps, guys. Put the guideline in with the 1.5 blade, come right underneath that with the wall half blade. I love this system that I do. I honestly don't see anyone else do this. This is something I literally created just out of trial and error of trying different fade systems through barber college and things like that. And then I discovered that this is the best method for me in getting it out the easiest. And as you know, I fade with a variety of blades and guards, and I'm pointing that thing out again, but I fade with blades and guards, and sometimes I do only blades, sometimes I do only guards. But here's a little transition if you're just curious. You know, some people are a little bit afraid of doing blades, but put your guidelines in with blades, fade them out with guards. Try that and then work your way into the blades. But right now I've got the 3.5 blade on, and I'm going straight up off of his parietal ridge, because you'll see his parietal ridge, it's a little different than others. Everyone's parietal ridge is a little bit different. Some people's it'll gradually go into the parietal ridge. Some guys it'll just fall off like a cliff. So I've got the 2 blade on. I'm going right underneath that 3.5, and then now I put the 1.5 on, and I'm gonna come in here and just use the corners very lightly. Just kind of lighten up some of this area through here. Now I'm just gonna use the blending scissors to lighten up that dark area through there, because we didn't just take a 2 or 3.5 all the way up to that hard part or side part, but we want to leave that hair long and just create a more proper shape to this hairstyle. So I'm just using the thinners, just blending that out, because as you saw when I wet the hair, it exposed how dark it really is. So I wanted to lighten it a little bit, and I'm just touching up some areas. As you see, I'm gonna go to his front hairline, that little section of his front hairline. I'll end up lightening that as well. So now that I got it lightened, I'm coming back with the 2 blade, because some of that bulk of hair is now gone. I could see a little bit more. So I'm just coming in here, just tidying up some stuff. And his parietal ridge, it dips off quite a bit. You can see I'm taking the hair by his front hairline down a little bit, because it's really thick. I didn't want to use a blade or a guard through there. So same thing I did on one side, I'm about to do to this side as well. So as you know, 3.5 will be followed up with the, you guessed it, the 2. And what will be followed after that 2? You guessed it, the 1.5. And these steps are simple. My steps are simple. They're pretty much the same in most of my videos, unless I'm doing a different phase system or just doing something funky. You know, it's all the same, guys. I like to keep it the same. You know, if you guys try this, I know you'll love it. I know you will, because it's really easy. You know, if you try it, I really hope that you guys just try it. It's really, really easy to do these steps. And whether you fade exactly like me or you take my style and remix it, you know, as long as it makes sense to you and you get value out of it, that's the entire purpose of it. So I'm using the blenders to connect the long hairs to the short hairs. So that's all you see right there. You could use clipper over comb. You can use scissor over comb. I'm just using blended scissor over comb because I just figure, hey, I've got this tool in my hand. I don't want to go grab another tool. So I just decided to just use this one. Now, of course, if you're not comfortable with scissor over comb or clipper over comb, definitely blending scissor over comb would be better for you, because they're very forgiving. So I'm coming back with the blades. I put back on the 3.5 and then the 2 to lighten up some of that area there. Because like I say, it's his parietal ridge. It's a severe, you can't see it because the hair is dark there, and this is the purpose of creating shape. But if his hair was shorter there, you would see the severe degree change in his parietal ridge through there. It's like it goes in steps. So I saturated the hair so I can easily part his hair, so I can put in the side part, because his hair is like a curly wavy texture depending upon how long his hair is, but sometimes the hair sits over the side part. So I wanted to saturate the hair so I could really control it and get it out of the way. So I'm doing both sides of the line, just cleaning that up. You see how I use the comb there, use a small teeth, it has more tension, puts more tension on the hair so I can really get it out of the way, control it. Now I'm going to come back with the razor and put that part in. And we're doing this part very simple. You know, you just want to clean out the wild hairs and really just refine the line, because a lot of times when you're putting a line in, especially with designs or anything like that, you don't want to put you don't have to put the exact perfect line in. You know, you can just put the line in and then just refine it with the razor. But if you don't plan on doing a razor at all, then hey, you got to work perfectly with your trimmers. So now I'm just doing the top, taking some weight out of the crown and the apex. That was really my main focus of his haircut. We didn't want to do anything to the front. We really wanted to have his shape of the haircut and the balance of it be proper. So just only focusing on the apex through the crown. And I'm combing his hair, as you can see there, just combing it to make sure it's sat well, and so he can style it himself easily. Now we're just going to do the edge up. Very simple. Just creating a nice clean look. Just getting the initial impressions in with the trimmers, because of course, coming back with the razor, and I'm going to tidy that up. You won't see it in this video, but I'll tidy it up with the razor. That side's pretty much done. Now we could just move on to the other side. It's very simple. Always, a lot of times, create my vertical bars first and then move up. That's just the way I like it. That's just the way I work. You know, a lot of people start in the middle. Hey, all I say is do what makes sense for you and what makes your job easier. And I found that makes my job easier. So there's a full length tutorial to this haircut. If you guys are curious, you can check it out. You get to see actually everything, because there's a lot of stuff that's cut out, and this is sped up. So I'm just using dry matte clay. We didn't want to go with the wet pomade look. We wanted a more dry look with a lot of hold. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Any of the products that I used or tools that I used in this video will be linked in the description below. So if you want to get like me using either of the tools, you know, hey, links will be in the description below to my shop Amazon links. And of course, there's also a link to Amazon if you just want to buy anything. That helps me out. I get a small percentage of it by using my Amazon affiliate link in the description below. So as you see, I'm gonna take that little corner down because hey, that doesn't look right. So hey, just fix it. You know, I'm gonna take it off at an angle, and I'm using the blending scissors. I could use regular scissors, but I'm just using them because hey, I don't want to just be using all sorts of tools. So you see how he looked when he came in. Not so bad, maybe, but hey, look at him now. Way better look. Let me know what you guys think of this look in the comments below. I hope you guys found this helpful. Don't forget to share and subscribe. And yeah, it's been your man I Do It signing out. I'll holla.